launch of the Valiant. In 2069, the Starship Valiant, Earth's first faster-than-light exploratory cruiser, had completed 4 years of exploration. Captain Carlos Tarasco and his crew of 88 had surveyed most of the space demarcated as Sector 1 by astronomers. Cruising in interstellar space, the ship encounters what is later described as a magnetic space storm, although the exact nature of the phenomenon has never been confirmed and such storms have an unknown causal origin. After entering the storm, the warp nacelles experienced a dramatic surge, and a subspace slipstream effect takes the ship thousands of light years off course towards the starless void that lies beyond the Milky Way galaxy. With the warp fusion reactor and engine nacelles damaged, the Valiant headed back towards the galaxy at impulse power, conducting repairs while underway. While approaching the galactic boundary, the optical scanners detected a diffuse energy glow that blocked the vessel's path. All other primitive scanning and analytical equipment on board had negative readings of energy radiation and particle density. With no way around and anxious to find a planet for resupply of food, water, and fuel, the captain decides to take the ship into what the crew have named the Barrier. While passing through the barrier, 7 crew members appeared to glow with energy before collapsing from significant brain trauma. Of these, 6 died from the injuries they sustained, the only exception being the chief engineer's first assistant, Gerard Agnarsson. There was also considerable damage to the ship, with almost every circuit burned out and the rockets and warp engines wrecked. Chief Engineer Macmillan jokingly gave a repair estimate of sometime next century, meaning the ship's crew would perish before ever reaching a habitable planet. Agnarsson's condition caused him to develop psychokinetic abilities beyond human mental and physical tolerances, as well as strong personality changes. With each step increasing in power, his attitude towards his crewmates became more and more openly hostile. Like some demon of old Earth mythology, Agnarsson prowled the ship, becoming less human with each passing hour. He demanded the ship return to Earth so that he could rule over humanity as their god. Finally, he declared he had no use for a captain or crew and resolved to kill them all. With no other choice before him, Captain Tarasco ordered the remnants of his crew to abandon ship in the escape pods while he secretly remained behind to kill Agnarsson. He also launched the recorder buoy containing the ship's log and his final intention. Unable to kill him with hand weapons, exposure to intense radiation, or the vacuum of space, the captain activated a system that only he knew existed, secretly installed aboard the Valiant by UESPA, the automated self-destruct. While evading Agnarsson, Tarasco jury-rigs the destruct system, which was damaged in the passage through the barrier, and attempts to escape in the command module before the compressed deuterium tanks are ignited. In the last moments before the explosion, Agnarsson attempted to prevent Tarasco from leaving the ship, and when the command module was launched, he attempted to use his powers to pull it back, assuming Tarasco was on board. Tarasco had in fact remained on the ship to implement the self-destruct sequence, and knowing Agnarsson's arrogant state of mind, had launched the command module as a distraction. The escape pods drifted in the direction of an isolated star system, with a sun very similar to the Earth's own. The lone planet in orbit around this star was capable of supporting human life. The survivors of the Valiant slowly developed psychokinetic and other abilities as a result of their proximity to the barrier. This enabled them to survive in space after their supplies had been exhausted, and after several weeks, almost half the crew had landed on the planet. They went on to found a colony on their new home and survived in harmony with the environment and other life forms, using their skills to build and create in complete contrast to Agnarsson. Although they never developed powers to the extent of Agnarsson, in time they ceased to see themselves as human, having been through such an awakening that they saw the universe in a completely different way.